I finally updated my Nintendo 64 wall and my Gamecube wall. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. A lot of you were giving me advice and feedback about how to make this space look a little bit better. Predominantly, it was the controllers and trying to display them more optimally. So I took your advice to heart and hopefully this looks better than it did before. Now the lights are flashing. I have them behind the top of the shelves, of course. I'm just going to point to my sensor, which is over here. I'm just going to turn it on to white light just so that's a little bit easier to go through this video. If you have any questions or any suggestions about how to make things look even better, please comment below. Now, what you're looking at here for the N64 is a complete set of the 16 different variations for the colors. There's a few others that have just the jumper pack difference. So what I'm talking about here, when we look at the Just Go Nintendo 64, really cool concept from Japan actually. This one right here, sometimes there's just a little bit different on that jumper pack cover. So there's an ANA console and there's a few others that are out there. And I'm not really including those. I don't have them yet, so they're not here. So essentially, previously, I had the controllers along the bottom of my display, down there, and they were kind of out of the way. You couldn't really see them very clearly. And this makes a lot more sense having them up at the top, so a lot of you are recommending this. Over here, we're starting with just solid black controllers and the Logitech controller right up there that was available from the hotels, or from hotels essentially. So I have these on display stands. These ones look really, really good, including the 3 controllers essentially from Club Nintendo, the DK64, the Nintendo Power 100, and my personal favorite in my collection, the Millennium 2000 controller. That one looks so cool. So these are on display stands. The display stands that I have, a lot of you have been asking, these are from Rose Colored Gaming. I can put the link in the description below the video for that. The other controllers, I don't have any more display stands quite yet, so I made these. What I kind of did was I took 4 different pieces of plastic and I put like twist ties kind of and kept them together and then propped the controllers up on them. If you have a better way to maybe make this look or a different display method, I'm all ears because I want to make this look even better. And of course, I'm ultimately probably just going to order more display stands from Rose Colored Gaming because I need at least, I think, 8 more. So starting over here now, it makes a bit more sense. I think this is more logical. We have the controllers in the box from North America, and then above them we kind of have that set of controllers for the most part. So we have the gray, the black, the green, the yellow, the blue, the red, I'm just naming colors, wicked, which matches the boxes right here. And then beside that we have the atomic purple controller, and then we have the extreme green. Sometimes the atomic purple is just called clear purple, and the extreme green is one of my favorite controllers. There is actually these 2 systems that exist as prototypes that I have seen online and on Instagram. I would love to have that extreme green console. Again, one of the best colors. The box for this is getting really hard to find, and the prices are slowly starting to rise for that, by the way, which is kind of strange to me because I thought it was way more readily available than it is. So then we have those 3 controllers that I mentioned. Love the Donkey Kong banana tips, by the way. I have a fake E3 N64 controller. It is a fake. I sent it to another collector in Europe to identify it because I had my hunch. That's worthy of a whole separate video that I made in the past and maybe another one coming up as well. If you have any questions about that, this is a very, very easy controller to fake and people are selling them for like $800. Just be aware, don't be fooled, just really wanted to share that information. You really have to know what you're talking about with the controllers. If you have any questions, just let me know. Then we have the Jeffrey controller from Toys R Us, the Hello Mac controller, the Mario Kart gray and black controller, so that one's 2-toned, and then the Logitech controller, as well as a lot of the boxes here below. By the way, the box right here, the 2-tone box, not the one that's just solid black the whole way through or solid gray the whole way through, but this 2-tone box is probably one of the rarest box variations for a controller. It doesn't really come up very often and the price is all over the place for that one. Other kind of rare ones is the Just Go. That one's pretty rare as well. The Diehawks is decently rare too. Most of the other box controllers are pretty common, except I just want to mention these 4 from Australia, the Fantastic 4. Australia only ever got Jungle Green, Fire Red, Grape Purple, and Ice Blue. They didn't get Watermelon Red or Smoke Black. So they only have those 4 boxed controller variations. I think those are pretty desirable in most collectors' eyes for the Nintendo 64, and the prices for those go way up. You might actually have to check out eBay Australia to try and find them from time to time. But those are probably amongst the rarest ones as well. The North American ones are pretty common. They're not that hard to pick up, other than the extreme green and the clear purple. And this one is a clear blue and clear white from Europe, just because I had the box for that. But the clear pink and clear white that you see over here was never released in Europe. It was released in Japan exclusively. So this one is two-tone. It's kind of cool. There's several two-tone N64s. There's so many of them. So just to kind of give you an overview then of the 16 different color variations that I have for the Nintendo 64, these are the 16 that you see right here. There are several other variations that just have a jumper pack cover difference. So what I mean by that, looking at the normal N64 right down here, this is the jumper pack cover. There is a Lawson and an ANA system that just have a little bit of text right here on this jumper pack cover, and other than that, it's the exact same system. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Are they different variations, or are they the exact same as this console? I think they're like kind of in between. It's a little bit strange. So anyways, going through the 16, we have that normal charcoal black system. I also have the Japanese version behind there boxed. And then we have the gold N64 console. This one's from Japan, and then the one below it is from the Toys R Us Gold Edition. That comes with 2 controllers. There's also an edition that comes with this box and then a gold controller. The same thing with that kind of box in atomic purple, and I think clear purple you could call it, in extreme green. So there's tons of different box variations out there. I'm not really trying to collect every single box variation, just the ones that are kind of cool to me, and the 16 colors. So we've got 1 charcoal black, 2 gold, and then we have the 6 systems for the Funtastic series. So this isn't fantastic, it's actually called Funtastic. So these 6 colors here, we have the most common one, the jungle green, grape purple, smoke black, fire orange, ice blue, and watermelon red. Now, these boxed variations, you should note that there are at least 2 different variations for them in North America. So what you're going to be looking at right here is the normal one that is from the United States. You can tell because on the top right it says Funtastic Series. The one above it here, it has the Funtastic Series, much smaller font, and then it has French font below it. So this is actually the Canadian version of that box. So you can see that some of them that I have are the American versions, and then I have 2 Canadian versions with the ice blue and with the smoke black. So it just might be something that you want to note. The 4 that I mentioned previously from Australia that we have the controllers up there, the ice blue, grape purple, fire orange, and jungle green, I believe those systems were also released in Australia, and there's a few different box variations for those as well. Just note, the grape purple console is the exact same as the midnight blue console from Japan that you can see here in a box below. And the smoke black system is the exact same thing as clear black that you can see below there. So it came out in Japan and it came out in North America for the smoke black, but it didn't come out in Australia or Europe. So far that's 8 systems from North America. Some of them were released in other parts of the world though. And then we have the Pikachu one. So this Pikachu is from North America. It's really cool, it's two-tone. I love the fact that his foot is the reset button and the Pokeball is the power button. It has a bit of a different footprint than the other N64. What I mean by that, it's a different size, essentially. It has a matching controller that comes with it. And then there's Japanese blue, which is actually a different blue than the one in North America, which is kind of interesting. Not only is there that Japanese blue one, which is the, I want to call it, we got 8, 9, that's the 10th console. The 11th is the orange console, which matches the blue one. That's one of my favorite systems. I really like the color orange. Probably because I'm half Dutch. Then we have from the PAL regions, so PAL includes Australia and Europe, we have the Pokemon Stadium Battle Set. So this one looks pretty cool. And then there's 4 more that are exclusive, no, not exclusive to Japan necessarily, but here is the clear blue and clear white system. Then the clear red and clear white system. You can see up here it says clear red on this one. And on the blue one it says clear blue. So that's the actual name of these. Then you have the two rarest N64 variations for colors, in my opinion anyways, in my experience. The second rarest would probably be the Die Hawks. This one is orange on top and black on the bottom, but they're both different colors than Fire Orange and Smoke Black. The black's way darker and the orange is more vibrant. These consoles, traditionally, they do have some fading and some like white wear that you can see down here. That's very, very common with the Die Hawks system. Then probably the rarest one is the Just Go 30th anniversary. It says it right up there, 30th anniversary. Finding this in the box is a little bit more challenging. They do come up, so it is rare, but it's not impossible to find. The ones that are impossible to find are the Lawson and the ANA systems. ANA is ANA Airlines, actually. So then you might be wondering some of the different displays that I have here, my different thought process. So a lot of these different systems, especially the 6 Fantastics, they have factory sealed controllers. So I have those factory sealed controllers displayed beside each system. So that's pretty cool because there's a set of 6 of those that match, but there's also a 7th with the gold, and that one actually does say on it as well, Toys R Us exclusive. With these factory sealed controllers, you can search probably for blister pack or sealed, and sometimes they have a little bit of damage on the side of them. Like you can see here, the plastic is kind of cracking. So really hardcore collectors want to get those in really good condition. Mine's only in like acceptable condition for some of them. Some of them are mint. Hilarious story, actually. I got the grape purple factory sealed one that you see here for free when I bought this box system. They just said, oh, it comes with an extra controller, and when it showed up, it came with that. So that was a really cool collecting story that I got something for free. Comment below if you ever got like a crazy collecting find like that you were just shocked. So there's those 7 blister sealed controllers, and then there's also the accessories that are sealed as well, like the expansion pack, the rumble pack. We have the transfer pack, then the memory card, and lastly the RF switch. Those are kind of hard to see, so I'm not sure if they're really displayed optimally. I could put them all beside each other somewhere else, but for now they're here. Beside the clear blue system, I have a Hori mini pad in the box. This is ocean blue. These are what some speedrunners use. Like, for example, if you know speedrunning Super Mario 64, Cheese uses one of these controllers. He just finds it a lot better, especially the joystick is a lot more similar to the GameCube joystick. But it's not quite the same, but it's a lot easier for inputs, and also the joysticks don't break down over time on the Hori mini pad. So if you're wondering, that one's pretty cool, actually. I think a company made a more modern version of this, and it's called like the I'm not really exactly sure what it's called. You can comment below if you know what it's called for the more modern one. We have another Logitech controller. This one is different because the housing for the joystick is actually more like the GameCube controller. You can see there, rather than having a housing that kind of just goes to nothing with a really thin line there, this one actually has the housing around it, so that one's different. This Logitech controller is unique to the Logitech controller that I have over here that doesn't have that housing around it. Then lastly, I just decided to put a Game Boy Color here. That's also the Die Hawks Game Boy Color. I don't have the box for that, and it's not with all of my handheld systems. It just looks better with the system beside here. So if you have any tips for how I can make this wall look a little bit better, the only thing I don't think I mentioned was the Donkey Kong 64 set that's down here. This one I have unboxed on my channel. I also have a custom controller here that was painted for me by Zoki. He is on Instagram. He paints really, really cool controllers. And then this is an ASCII pad that's gold and black on the bottom. It has a memory card in there. That's good to know. And this one actually has different buttons that you can use. So if you're playing Star Fox, for example, you could set like the Z button or the A button to max, and then you could be shooting constantly rather than actually hitting the button over and over again. Oh yeah, I have that N64 down here that holds all of the games basically, so that's kind of neat too. Alright, moving on to the GameCube. I feel so nostalgic for the GameCube recently. I love this system so much more and more, and collecting for it is going absolutely insane. I did make a video specifically about that already. So just to go through what I have here, I've improved this because I have all the controllers now on the top. So this looks pretty neat because now they're more viewable and they're kind of in your sight line. So if you're over 6 feet, you can see these pretty easily. But if you're really short, you have to look up a little bit to these. So you might be wondering what these controllers are. We have 3 controllers here from Club Nintendo, the Mario, the Luigi, and the Wario controller. These controllers are two-toned as well, so if I go to the side over here, you can see that they're blue on the side, except for Wario's. Wario's is purple, which looks pretty cool on the other side. The boxes for them are right here. There's jeans that actually match the controller for them. And I really like these controllers from Club Nintendo. There's different controllers that came out more recently, and PDP has some, but the quality is just not the same as official controllers from Club Nintendo. The Mario one was also released in Europe, by the way, right here. After that, I have the 4 different Wavebird variations. So if you're wondering about Wavebird at any point, there's 4 different ones. So you've got the gray, you have the platinum silver, then you have 2 from Club Nintendo. The normal Club Nintendo one, that is two-toned, it's blue and white. And then the Chars Gundam controller. This is only 1 of 1,000. It's incredibly rare. It does have its own box right here, and this thing's probably one of the rarest items on the Nintendo GameCube, and it sells for way too much money now. I think it's stupidly over $800 or even more, just trying to find that. Then I have 3 Super Smash Bros. Controllers. So I have 2 of them are actually for not the GameCube originally. They were released for the Wii U and of course also for the Switch. But they're GameCube controllers, so I put them over here. I am missing 1 controller from Club Nintendo that looks just like this, but it's a normal controller. I just don't have it yet. It's been on my wanted list forever. Next up, we have 4 different Game Boy adapters. Not Game Boy adapters, yes, Game Boy players. So this is the Spice Orange, then we have the Silver, or the Platinum, the Indigo Blue, and the Black. There are a lot of different colors, but not in this kind of box style that I have found. If you found other ones, let me know. Because other than those, we have the Chars color down here that's red. It's kind of hard to see behind there. And also the green one for Tales of Symphonia, but I don't have that quite yet. And there's also a white one for Crystal Chronicles, and there might even be a few others that are out there that I don't know about. There's actually one for the iQ player, the Panasonic iQ. Alright, then here we have some boxed controllers, but I displayed all those controllers out of the box down here around the systems as well. 2 more box controllers, I think one's from Australia and one is from Japan. Oh wait, no, one's from Australia and one's from Europe, that's what it is. So the controllers that I have here for the Japanese set, that's what you're seeing right here. We have the Spice Orange, the Emerald Blue, or some people call it Emerald Green, the Jet Black, Platinum Silver, Indigo Blue, Blue and Clear, and the white controller. This one has a much longer cord. Other controllers that I do have, I might as well mention right now. I have the factory sealed set of 4, so there's the Jet Black, then there's the Platinum, it's kind of behind there, then we have the Blue, and we also have the Spice Orange, so I have them displayed behind. Those are the ones from North America, that's how they were sold. Sometimes they were sold with a bit much larger base at the bottom of these, more akin to the style for the Nintendo 64 box packaging, but I don't have those. And there's also the Wavebirds that you see up there, those 2 on either side, the gray and the platinum, that were factory sealed as well at some point. Alright, next up we have systems. So I really like getting the different color variations of consoles. Clearly, I have almost every single one for the N64, or all the color variations anyways, but I'm still missing some of the GameCubes. So I'll let you comment on which GameCubes I'm missing, because there are definitely a few, but the main ones that I have, of course, are the Indigo Blue. I have this displayed with the clear and blue controller, so this one is the two-tone. You can kind of see that's clear on one side. Then also in North America, we have the Jet Black. This was kind of worldwide for most of these, from my knowledge anyways. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Then the Platinum, or the Silver, but I think it's called Platinum in most cases. We have the Spice Orange, which looks really wicked. Then the Starlight Gold. What a cool console this is. I love this one, by the way. It does look different than the Silver, and you can tell that it's gold, especially in person. Then I have the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness Super Pack with its own jewel, but this jewel doesn't come out of the system. It's permanently set in the console for the one that I have. If you don't know about GameCube jewels, they go on top of here. They're also called faceplates. So this is a different one for Pokemon that was also available. This did not come with its own system. From my knowledge, I think some of these are just from Club Nintendo and various things like that. So I have one here. I also have the Metroid Prime one, but this one does have a box, I think in Europe. I just need to get the box for this still. The Double Dash looks pretty cool too, and there's a lot of different other ones as well. Next up, we have the Chars customized box. This is for Gundam. So I love this system. This is actually a two-tone system. Most people don't know about that, but the other unique part about this system is the front plate on this is completely unique from all the other GameCubes. So just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, let me just put this down for a second so that you can see how different this looks from a regular GameCube. So normally the front of the GameCube has gray, but this one has black, kind of to match the system. So it's the only GameCube that has this different color, which is pretty cool. After the Chars customized box, I'm going to move on to the Hanshin Tiger set that's over here. This one I have unboxed on my channel as well, so if you're interested in that, you can check out the video for that. This is the Hanshin Tigers Champions set. This one comes with its own jersey for the baseball team in Japan, and it also comes with a memory card. It came with a bag that you can see back there, and a custom controller, or not a custom controller, but a unique controller to this set. There's the Tales and Symphonia set that I don't have the system for. I just have the box for that so far. Then there is the Donkey Konga set, which is kind of a different box variation. I need to re-unbox this on my channel because I messed up the unboxing so badly. So this one does come with a different jewel. Otherwise, everything else looks like it's the exact same as the Silver Platinum. So is it really a different box variation? I'm not really sure. Next, sticking with the different variations of system, up here I have the Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes console. I really want to unbox this for you guys on the channel. However, I don't have everything for it yet. So I don't want to unbox it until I complete this. So I'm trying to see if I can either get another one or if I can complete this set here. The newest item I have is this Resident Evil 4 GameCube with matching controller. The unique part about this one, and I will unbox this on my channel eventually as well, is that this is a two-tone GameCube. It's both jet black and it is platinum. So that's really cool because it has both colors, and the controller for that matches it as well. The controller is two-tone. Cool. I like that. Foxhound for the Metal Gear, if you're wondering. This one matches the Metal Gear box. So that's all the different boxed GameCubes that I have in terms of different variations, but I also have this cool one. This is the Mario Party 7 bonus set. I'm probably going to get rid of this at some point because I just am going to run out of room to display all the different box variations. But that one's really cool with Mario Party 7. I like that one with an extra controller too. Other accessories that I have that I should mention, I have some factory sealed ones that are not displayed optimally, but they're back here for memory cards. I've got a few of them factory sealed. Then over here, I have the broadband adapter and the RF switch modulator. And down here, I even have a Game Boy player factory sealed. It's just hard to see. And this right here is a mini GameCube that played music for Mario Kart Double Dash, but it stopped working. Love that thing. Other factory sealed items, I think I already mentioned the controllers, and I also have this GameCube display sign that I was trying to find out more about, but I'm going to be selling that sign. So that one, this is the last day that I'm going to have it actually. I'm selling that GameCube sign. It was available in a microplay. It was hanging from the ceiling, and I just have no space for it in my collection, and I want to make someone else really happy. So GameCube is really hot right now. A lot of people want this kind of item, so I decided to sell it because someone else can use it in their room better than I can. And this GameCube sign down here is from Rose Color Gaming. I love that GameCube sign. That's pretty cool. I just have to find a place for it in the collection as well. There is a Logitech controller for the GameCube also, and this is it here. It has a really weird end of the cords for these. It's like a telephone line almost. So these again were playable in hotel rooms. I think that's a pretty good overview of the update for my Nintendo 64 display and my GameCube display. The other thing that I can mention is behind these, I designed my own signs that I printed that you can see back there. The reason why I did this and what inspired me to do this was I found display signs at Target when Target closed down in Canada, and I picked up a lot of them. I have tons of them, but they don't fit in this space, so I designed my own with Photoshop. So for the N64, it's kind of hard to see, but I have a red one back there with Mario on it, then a green one with Link, then a yellow one with Donkey Kong, and a blue one with Star Fox because they match the colors for the Nintendo 64. For the GameCube, again, it's kind of hard to see, but I have Samus back there with orange, and then I have Olimar with Pikmin back there with blue, kind of the indigo blue. So I designed those myself. That was one of my collecting tips for my collecting tips series, 101. 101 collecting tips that I made a video for. Make something, basically. If you're not sure what to do with collecting or what to do with display, you can always get creative and make something yourself. So again, please comment below, what are your thoughts on my displays for the GameCube wall? Does it look a lot better, especially with the GameCube controllers at the top and the N64 controllers at the top? I think it looks much better. I also did this beam, if you're wondering, if you have any questions about the beam. I covered it in decals, and now it kind of looks like it's 3D in my Nintendo room, so I love this aspect. It's kind of hilarious. I just hope someone doesn't like punch a hole through the ceiling at some point, but it's pretty cool. It's just really shiny. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to click the like button, fill the like bucket for me, get this video out there by sharing it if you could. If you think I'm missing anything for the GameCube or the N64 that I definitely need to pick up, like the disk drive, feel free to let me know below as a comment, of course. Go collect them all, keep smiling while gaming. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe.